My pregnancy with Jet everything was normal, everything went well. There weren't any complications. My first experience with United Regional was when he was born. The 3 days in the nursery, he stayed in the giraffe bed.
Jet Young, like hundreds of other babies in our community, spent his first days at United Regional in a bed designed just for babies who need a little extra care. Purchased with funds donated to Children's Miracle Network, the giraffe bed is the industry standard for care of premature babies and newborns who need medical attention. When Jet was released, Robin couldn't have imagined they would be back very soon.
We brought him home from the hospital, and it was almost 4 weeks to the date from him being born. It was Thanksgiving, and he's showing signs of what we thought was a virus. And then, so we waited a day, and then I took him to the clinic here, and he saw a pediatrician there, and they were treating him for a virus. And every day it progressively got worse. Couldn't hold anything down, none of his bottle. He just was spitting up, and then it just became projectile, and he just was very sickly looking. He wasn't running fever or anything like that. He just was throwing everything up, and he just was real weak and just didn't look good. It wasn't right.
Everything definitely wasn't right. Robin brought Jet to see Dr. Rodney Yap on Monday morning, hoping for an answer, praying for a way to help her son. Dr. Yap sent them right to the hospital.
I was very frightened to learn, and I was by myself with him at the doctor, and very scared to learn that he had to be admitted into the hospital. I was very upset. It was very difficult, and yeah, especially because he said he needs to go straight to the hospital, so I was really nervous and scary.
Dehydrated and very sick, the first order of business at the hospital was a series of tests to confirm what Dr. Yap suspected. When the ultrasound was complete, the diagnosis was quick: pyloric stenosis, a condition that is relatively uncommon. It normally appears within a few weeks after birth, as it did with Jet. In pyloric stenosis, the pyloric muscles of the stomach become abnormally large and block food from entering the baby's small intestine. This can lead to vomiting, dehydration, and weight loss. To correct the problem, Dr. Yap brought in trauma surgeon Leo Mercer.
If Dr. Mercer would not have been able to perform the procedure here, we would have had to go to Fort Worth, Dallas-Fort Worth, to have that done. They did tell us that. Unfortunately, he is the only surgeon in town that does do that procedure here, and we would have all had to taken off work and had the whole family. It just would have been a nightmare, and luckily they have everything that they have here at his hands where he can do that procedure. Jet is very playful, very silly. He's got a great personality, a very hard temper though. He's very strong temper. Real sweet, real loving, real happy. Now that the procedure is done, there's definitely, you don't notice anything from him at all. He doesn't act any different, and the scar is almost invisible now, and yeah, he's just a regular, gregarious little boy. I've always, even before I had Jet, I've always been donating money to the Children's Miracle Network. I always have for years, and I never thought that I would be in the situation where I would be on the receiving end of it. And just to know that I was able to stay here with him and not having to spend days out of town or anything, and know that everything was done so well and proficient here. And well, I can't describe how thankful I am to the Children's Miracle Network and the people at United Regional. Wonderful experience if it could be.
When Robin began making donations to Children's Miracle Network at United Regional, she could not have known that one day her son would be using the very equipment that her dollars helped purchase. She could not have known that her child would sleep in a giraffe bed, be treated in our pediatric unit, and be operated on with equipment specific to infants. None of those things would have been in place without the donations to Children's Miracle Network.
For the people that are out there listening, just to let you know, I know that you have your choices and your decisions to make where you donate your money to, or your time, or anything. And I would just encourage anybody out there. Children's Miracle Network has been a blessing for me, for my family, and it may be for your family as well. In the future, you never know. So that's definitely one thing that I would ask for you to do, is to donate your money for the Children's Miracle Network.